So hi and welcome. Welcome to my Limitless Women in Business free virtual summit. This is the place where you are going to get the experts, tools and strategies and mindset so that you can supercharge your success and have the freedom to be extraordinarily healthy, happy and wealthy. I am Emma Gosling and I'm your host, and I just want to say thank you to you, the viewers, for showing up, for taking this time to learn, to grow and to up level so that you are stronger in your business, happier in your life and hopefully a lot more wealthier. So I want you to walk away from this summit with a plan, with goals to execute so that you can become the best version of you and become limitless in everything that you do. And today's expert is Sabina Matharu. Thank you so much for coming, Sabina.
Hey, Emma.
Thank you for giving us your valuable time. And I've been sort of working in and out of different projects with Sabina for a while now, and we decided that two minds were better than one in a certain way when it comes to business strategy and mindset. So we have teamed up and created an awesome program, which we're going to talk to you a little bit about later on. So Sabina is a business startup and growth strategist. She specializes in helping women find their purpose and monetize their unique skills so that they can build a thriving business with ease, which is probably why most of us go into having our own business. We want all of those things. In addition to that, she runs the Empowerment Portal, which is for professional women. It's a platform hosting a wide range of experts teaching and coaching on subjects such as mental health, physical wellness, leadership tools, and career coaching. And she is the founder and the host of the Women in Leadership Summit 2019 and 2020, as well as an international best-selling author of Rise in Pursuit of Empowerment. And her belief is that it is possible to reach for the greatness within ourselves. And she expresses this through her programs and wide range of charitable campaigns and collaboration projects. And wow, that is such a...
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
I know. It's like, what haven't you done, Sabina? It's like...
It's about your viewers. It's not about me. I mean, this is... Every time I hear things like this, it's like, okay. Like, look, this is not about me. It's obviously, yes, I have done a lot of things, and maybe this is the reason why your viewers might want to listen to some of the advice I'm going to be giving, because I've kind of done it, and I've done a lot of things, as you can see, and have a wide range of different views as to, doing authoring books, running online businesses, starting my online business. And it wasn't always easy, and that's what I wanted to obviously make sure it comes across. And especially now in these uncertain times, many will be thinking, what am I going to do now? How am I going to move forward from this?
Yeah. And so you're going to be talking about 3 shifts to future-proof your business. So tell us a little bit about where you started and where you are now and where you're going in the future, because this is the whole thing, isn't it? It's kind of like what came before, what you're doing now, and what you're planning for.
Yeah. Well, Emma, I mean, you know me now for a while, and the thing is that I, for the longest time, didn't know what I was doing in business. I used to be a leadership consultant working in project management and doing all this kind of funky stuff. And I was managing other people in the corporate world. And once I stepped out into my own business, I didn't know what I was doing, literally. And I'm sure many have tried this before, because they say, well, I've got this skill set, right? And then it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I can't even manage myself. So it took a long time to actually realize what my purpose was. And I am a very much of a process project type of person, and you are more of a mindset person, and people like you again taught me to actually take on board some of the things around energy and listening to your gut feeling and bringing all that sort of the bit of a woo-woo kind of stuff to me. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit
Love
woo-woo
a bit
for
of
me.
woo-woo. Love a
Yeah,
bit.
no, and I realized, oh my gosh, there's a lot of power in this, and you got
Mm,
to actually listen to your purpose. And I think this is shift number one, because right now there may be people out there that may have lost their jobs, or they may be losing their jobs, or maybe they realize, well, do you know what? Everything that's going on in the world right now, it's crazy. I don't fit here anymore, you know, and there will be
mm,
an awakening. So I had this awakening really, truly about 18 months ago, whilst I've been running my own business for a number of years. Once I have my second child, I decided I'm not going to go back into corporate. And I just
mm.
wanted to be my own boss, and just do really what I did best, and what you know, every morning I want to wake up and be very excited about my day ahead, rather than thinking, oh, I got to go into this office, travel, you know, an hour and a half into central London on the tube and all that, right?
Yeah.
But it was only 18 months ago, and where I really had a mission, really, literally a mission given to me. One morning I woke up, and it was the fact that go and write a book with 100 inspirational women and share their stories. And I was like, really? I've never written a book. I'm not even a native English speaker. So how am I going to do this? I didn't know how to do this. But I decided to actually listen to my gut. And I
Mm.
decided I can do this with the right people around me and with the support. And everything kind of came together like miraculously, I swear.
Mm.
The copywriter came to my networking groups. Back then I was running regular online networking already, so I was already kind of geared up to doing everything online and from home, right? And she suggested a publisher who would be working with us on the book. So it's going to be, it was all of a sudden it's going to be 4 books, 4 times 25 stories. And hence number one was Rise in Pursuit of Empowerment. Number two, where you're part of, Emma, it's Joy Recipes for Abundance, which came out just this year, 2020, in February. And now the third book has just been given to me a couple of days ago over the Easter weekend. And it's about, I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but it's going to be about the shift and how we're going
Oh,
to shift, and
I've got
how we're going to
goosebumps.
start a new era. A new era is going to start. And it's
Yeah.
going to be another book that's going to inspire other leaders and include leaders as well,
Hmm.
and perhaps also pay tribute to the key workers and those people that are really making a difference in these times.
Wow.
And I know that I'm making a difference in these times, and you're making a difference because you are doing this very summit. I've hosted and I'm still hosting my own summits, and then come out with this empowerment portal idea, which was from the first book when I was invited to speak at some organizations. And then people, or let's say the women in the organizations, they came to me and they were like, we need more of inspiration and motivation. We only get on the job training. We don't get a training that, you know, really teaches us how to be better people, how to, you know, maybe be mentally well or physically well. There's nothing that kind of hangs together. And this is how this empowerment portal came together, where there's many different experts that again are part of this platform that actually contribute, you know, and so it's an online platform right now, and I believe we're going to go places because it's now ready. And just now, when all of this happening, it's become ready because I've been working on this for 9 months now, getting the
Hmm.
content ready and the marketing materials.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what's the future, I mean, so this was the past in terms of what's been happening. The key here is listen to your gut feeling, whatever you're going to call it. I believe there is a universe, there's a God. You got to listen and stop being busy and
Yes.
think, do what you think you need to do and fit into whatever 9 to 5 or whatever box it is. Step back, and I think now is a good time. It's a new era, it's this shift happening where you can actually have that space, and you should have that space to rethink what is your purpose. And it may not be that you want to be an entrepreneur or, you know, whatever, and it may be fine where you are right now, or maybe you want to just slightly shift, or the way you're going to do your work in the future maybe shifting, or the personality or the person you're going to be maybe different, but you're going to be more aligned as to who you truly are. Because even in a 9 to 5, when I was working in a corporate job, I felt like I couldn't say what I really truly felt, because I had to be a certain persona, and I had to put on a mask, and just trying to please others, and I didn't want that anymore. That was my awakening.
I admire you so much, because you have done these incredible things, and I really like when you say that it just kind of all flowed and it all just slotted into place. And this is what I really try to get across to the people that I work with, that when doing these things, what you've done can be scary. It's stepping outside of the comfort zone. You said yourself you'd never even written a book before, and yet you had that courage to do that, to leap into the unknown. And there's that quote, is it leap and the net will appear, or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm not quoting it exactly.
It's
but
like
how did you do
you're walking
it?
through fog, and you just see your next 1 or 2 meters. You don't know where your destination is, but you keep walking. And let me just show you the books as I've got them sitting here. There's the Rise in Pursuit of Empowerment.
Gorgeous.
And there's Joy, Recipes for Abundance.
Yeah, such beautiful covers.
So it is really beautiful, and I've always had this idea of putting some really beautiful imagery in, and lots and lots of inspiration.
Yeah.
And it's helped these women, right, in the books as well, to come out of their shell and share their stories and then have a platform.
And this is what happens when you're in that space where you can allow that intuition to come through. Because when we're very busy, when we have busyness in our business, we can often block those messages. That creativity doesn't flow. We're juggling our families, we're juggling household relationships, plus our business. And well, I know myself, I wanted to have my own business because I wanted the freedom to work my own hours, be paid for doing something that I love. And actually in the beginning, it didn't really pan out like that. It was a very overwhelming, and just think how you've managed to do it, and sort of allow these gifts to flourish is incredible. And
remind me, that's going to be my third lesson, probably the third key shift about this overwhelm. And you're right, because there may be women listening in now that are maybe now thinking about starting their online journey, coming out of corporate, or there may be those that already have started their business, and they may be feeling like what you're feeling in terms of overwhelm, and thinking, how am I going to get my next customer, and how is it all going to pan out for me? So I'm going to partly answer some of it in step 2, and then step 3 to bring it home. Okay. So the second key shift, and I'd almost compare it with where are we right now. So right now, as we are recording this, we're in the midst of the coronavirus crisis, and I guess it's almost like we are very surprised and taken aback with what's happening, obviously, around us, and it has a huge impact in our lives. And I guess we need to see some of the good impact and take positives out from that, and now even more so listen to your purpose and your intuition. And if you need to pivot, if you need to start an online business, then I guess it's a good time now. And if you are in online business, then obviously it's about pivoting the way you are doing business. And the question is always, do I still sell my stuff right now? How am I going to move forward with this? So what I've done, and this is something I've had considered for a while, and not that I knew this was going to come, but I always wanted to shift my business a little bit, and then bring someone in who does a bit more mindset, so we can fuse business strategy and mindset. And then what happened was, like, Emma messaged me and then was like, right, okay, I think maybe it's time to actually pull together a program. And then Emma and I have been working on a different program. It was like a just where we were the normal type programs. And then all of a sudden this happened, and within like a week, maybe a week, we had shifted our message, and we have created some free resources and a low paid program, which will actually help businesses shift in these times right now and future proof their business. And that's what we named it, future proof your business, right?
Yeah.
And again, and this only came out because I knew we needed to shift, and I couldn't sell the same things without acknowledging what's happening in the world. Although I had already been training women in business for startups and growth, which is still relevant. But right now, I think it's about almost like changing very quickly and not waiting. Because what I feel, if people are waiting right now, they might be losing out. Because right now is the time where we want to give, free things. We're doing goodwill things like this, this kind of summits where we're here to actually support people. And that's why we have a free 30-day challenge where we give every day like little nuggets as to go and do this now, or today you could be thinking about that, right? To actually help people through these times. So for you as well as a business owner, you might want to think about what is it that you can do right now to actually help others. And it's about serving. It's, and yes, you can still sell, but we're, sell in an ethical way, right? Make sure, I mean, it's not, I guess Emma's talking about money, right? Quite a lot about money mindset, and money is still there. But then all of a sudden people think money isn't there anymore, and we shouldn't be selling, and we should discount our prices, and nobody has money anymore, which I guess is a weird kind of thing as well, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, I don't understand that myself. But Emma actually talks about that in a really interesting way. And I think if we can just go with that flow and align ourselves through these times and take action, even if it's like preparing your business and moving some things online, then, this is the key step number 2 is really pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot
we have to move quickly.
Yes, it is about moving quickly.
Yeah.
So look, let me just position this. I'm a mom, 2 small children. I'm homeschooling in the mornings. So that doesn't mean I actually can spend 8-10 hours doing my business right now. I'm actually working more, I guess, effective and efficient, if you like, by squeezing in, all these things which I would have normally done in 6 hours into like 2 or 3 hours, which is a good thing because you're really, really focusing on the things that really, really matter.
Yeah.
So just do 1 or 2 things a day that truly matters. And those tend to be things like showing up for your community, being a thought leader, and supporting them.
Yeah. And it's true that the more kind of irons in the fire that you have, the more scattered your energy, and actually what you're producing or the value that you're giving tends to be diluted. Mm-hmm. And so, if you have one idea or a couple of ideas, go for those things and put your energy and your efforts into those rather than 20 different things, because you can produce a better outcome just by honing down your focus onto a few things, I find.
Absolutely. And out of that, and that's my step number 3, is actually creating a signature solution program, because you do want to be selling when, and the thing is, anyone has the right to say no or not now, which is fine. And you may have a free group or something free to help them. So don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, right? But selling something and creating a program to help them solve their current problem is actually an act of love. And the money is an exchange of energy.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that you're going to take away things from your clients or from your potential clients by making that offer, by stepping into that power and making that sales pitch or whatever you want to call it, right? So, so that's how I see it. It's about coming from that energy of serving, because there are even more problems out there right now than there were before, more things to fix. And I believe there's more business to be done, and people are crying out for solutions.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's lots of stuff for free. I agree with that. There's a lot of help things you can read online, or you can go on YouTube. But it's going to only help you this far. This is what I have experienced. So I'm circling back to where I started in my business with the overwhelm. That's how I got overwhelmed, because I saw so many shiny objects. This is where I saw all these YouTube videos, and you need to have this and the website and the blog and the podcast.
Oh,
And it's like,
yes.
oh my gosh, where am I
Yes.
going to start? Right? What really matters is your results, really. I mean, yes, we do this for the love of, serving clients, and we want to make transformations. But if you don't make money, or if you put so many hours and then you produce so little money, you're going to feel frustrated. Maybe people around you will be frustrated. Maybe your husband's going to say, well, I think you should go back to a corporate job again, right? Or a real job, whatever, right? So this is the thing where step number 3 is to be very focused with what you're going to do next. What program are you going to create, and who are you talking to that will, the people will actually, it's going to be an irresistible program. And that program is something which has your signature on it, which nobody else has available. And so I've created my signature solution program together with Emma, which is called the 9 Steps to Future-Proof Your Business. So, and obviously it has 9 steps, and we have a map how we actually take people through these 9 steps, so they know exactly what journey they're going through. They will never get overwhelmed, will never actually implement stuff which they don't really need in their business, to get them to that result. And the result is the clients, the turnover, right? And putting all these steps in place. And I don't believe people will actually be able to do exactly that on a DIY basis, just learning from a YouTube video, because quite unfortunately, you just don't get the feedback. And quite often you need a feedback. Okay, how do I come across on this video? Well, how about this copy on this on this sales page? How do I build a landing page? What should be my freebie? How do I connect this up? It's really hard to piecemeal all of these things together. And hence, this is what we've created, right?
Yeah.
Because we know people will need that, and they need a bit of hand-holding through that.
And it's about accountability as well, because if we have these ideas, talking from a mindset perspective, if it's something that puts us outside of our comfort zone, we can very easily not end up doing the stuff that we plan to do, because our mind, its job being to look, keep us safe, then it will look for danger and think that doing this new thing, or putting yourself out there or whatever, is not safe. And so then we start getting distracted, we start procrastinating. It's not something that we're always aware of. And you're right, I was a serial DIYer for first year or so of my business, and it is absolutely overwhelming. And that even in free groups, you can get support and accountability. And then if you're really serious about moving on, up leveling, stepping up, then a coach or a mentor is really the best way to do it. I have my own coach, so I know how helpful it is. So thank you so much for your 3 shifts, Sabina. They're amazing. And
Welcome.
just,
I just
yes.
think maybe we could give away. We have one gift for audiences if they want to come in to have a look at the 30-day challenge. You know, we can help them stay accountable, and they get like every day a little prompt. I think we'll also attach the 9-step survival guide to future-proof your business, which actually shows those 9 steps, so
Brilliant.
they can have that too. So we'll make sure we'll add that on the and send it out on an email when they subscribe.
Brilliant. Yes. So if you haven't already downloaded Sabina's free gift, it will be in the email that you receive with the link to this interview. So for the free gift that Sabina's just mentioned, I'll send out another email with that attached, so you get that as well. And how can I was just going to say, yes, is there anything that you would like to leave the viewers with? A little nugget or prompt or a little bit of motivation, or anything that you would like to kind of wind up the interview?
Yes. So my last thought, we are all leaders in our own right. So we now need to step up and show our leadership. And it doesn't mean we need to be the loudest and, you know, have thousands of people following us. But I think all of us can do just a little bit in our own network, in our own surrounding, to create that difference. And that will have a huge ripple effect. So think about, how can you step up to be that leader?
Brilliant. And where can people find you?
So if you go on Facebook, Future Proof Your Business, that's probably a very great start, as in come and join the group and just get involved. Right now, I don't know how long we're going to do this, but right now we're doing a weekly call as well, like a face-to-face Zoom call with the whole community, where we can just ask questions and get together as social. So it's been brilliant, and I guess you'll get that in the group. That's probably the best place to start.
Yep, and there's also the possibility for people to talk about their business on that call as well. So it's like a little mini networking as well. So yeah, great. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, and I really hope that the viewers get a lot out of your 3 shifts right now. And yeah, don't forget to download the free gift, and I will see you for the next interview.
And of course, if they're already ready to, you know, want to be mentored and come along into our boot camp, then obviously that's open as well, that we can share that. Perhaps it's right now, we don't know how it's going to change over time, but right now it's 6 weeks, and we will actually teach all the 9 steps to proof your business.
Yeah, I'm doing the mindset side, so the power of your mind, deep dive into money mindset, habits of the successful, power of visualization, lovely, exciting, juicy things that are easy to implement. So
and then I'll give them all the steps, what to do in their business in terms of the strategy, putting the technology together, the digital programs. So if you haven't got the digital programs yet, and you want to put videos and workbooks and audios and all that stuff together, then we have a big chunk in that as well. And of course, how to actually market that using free and also paid ads, free resources, let's say, organic ways and paid as well. So yeah, it's huge. I mean, we normally teach that in like a much bigger program, but we decided, because it's so needed right now, to actually do this a bit more fast track and make it very super affordable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Through that. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.